I'm sorry.
Okay.
And live, no. Okay. This evening, we have our first meeting of our Public Health and Safety Committee of Upper Moreland Township. Sitting at the dais tonight, we have our Township Manager. We also have our Township Solicitor. We also have two of our commissioners, as well, three of our commissioners, yeah. And at this time, we ask that everyone please be prepared for their reports. We're going to start with Chief Bendick, please. Upper Moreland Police Department, please.
Good evening. In December of 2024, the police department responded to 1,311 calls for service, a total of 15,862 calls for 2024. In December, our calls for service went up approximately 6.1% from the previous year. We investigated 2 burglaries, Part 1 crimes, 1 robbery, and we had 32 theft offenses, 8 of those cleared by arrest. We additionally investigated 4 narcotic arrests, 2 public intoxication arrests, as well as 28 other arrests. Some noted cases during the month of December. On December 11th, officers responded to Smoker's Destiny vape shop on Easton Road for a robbery that had just occurred. Upon arrival, officers spoke with an employee who advised that a subject wearing dark clothing and a mask had entered the store, displayed a firearm, and demanded cash. Subject fled on foot after receiving approximately $200 in cash. Canine track was initiated, ending where the subject parked his vehicle. This investigation is ongoing at this time. On December 17th, officers responded to the area of junk luggers on Davisville Road for a report that an employee who was wanted for a recent home invasion and homicide in Lower Merion Township was on location. Officers responded to the area and located the wanted subject walking away from the business on the SEPTA tracks. Subject was taken into custody without incident and transported to the station, where personnel assisted the Montgomery County Detective Bureau and Lower Merion detectives with their investigation. Additionally, throughout the 4th quarter of last year, officers assisted the Federal Bureau of Investigation with a threat investigation involving an individual who was found to be communicating with others across the United States in a domestic terrorism plan. This individual was found to be conspiring and providing operational information into the plans that were being developed. On December 20th, officers, along with the Montgomery County Detective Bureau, Montgomery County SWAT East Region, executed a search warrant on the individual's residence and arrested the involved party without incident. As for other activities, the Patrol Division during the month of December had 376 vehicle investigations as well as 11 DUI arrests. Our traffic unit investigated 6 traffic and parking issues, had 76 traffic stops, motor vehicle investigations, 275 bus patrol violations, as well as 29 motor carrier inspections, resulting in 1 driver out of service violation. Our Criminal Investigations Division opened 28 new criminal investigations, including 9 child line investigations, 3 death investigations, 3 theft investigations, and 3 warrant investigations. Additionally, our canine unit was quite busy during the month of December. They assisted Horsham Township, Hatboro. They also had several incidents in our municipality as well. And they also assisted the Pennsylvania State Police with a search of a subject that was wanted. Obviously in December with the holiday seasons, we had a lot of activities related to our community and the holiday season. In December 8th, our department, along with the fire department, escorted Santa throughout our neighborhoods in our municipality. We also escorted Santa to the VFW for breakfast, gifts with the children, and also a canine meet and greet. And December 13th, department members participated in Career Day at the high school. And one of our biggest events on December 15th, numerous department members participated in the Make Every Kid Happy Toy Drive initiative, which is a toy drive and food collection hosted at the Lexus of Willow Grove. We're very happy to be joined by several Phillies retired players, along with members of our fire department and our public works department for a Touch a Truck event. We were able to fill 3 vehicles with food and other donatable items that were given to the Willow Grove Baptist Food Pantry. On December 17th, members of both the police department and fire department delivered presents to over 30 children at Our Lady of Confidence Day School. And additionally, the department was able to provide 6 families in need with gifts for the holiday season, as well as provide gifts to other families in need throughout several other charitable organizations in our community. Several commendations were received during the month for our department personnel. Willow Grove Lions Club, thanking our members for their support of the blind community. Additionally, we received an email thanks from a resident on Exton Road, thanking for our assistance with handling of a recent traffic complaint. A resident on Overlook Drive, thanking Officer McDowell for her assistance with a disabled vehicle. We also received a letter of thanks from the FBI for our assistance with the domestic terrorism arrest investigation, as well as an email from a resident on Jason Drive, thanking our traffic safety unit for the handling of a recent traffic complaint. That's all I have, sir. I'm sorry, one additional thing, Mr. Whiting. I know that we had a conversation, you were asking about the status of the homelessness in our municipality. I have spoken to several of the officers. They're advising that that number is equalized in our community. We are still seeing during Code Blue up to 3 or 4 individuals that are staying in our lobby, which is open for them for shelter purposes. We do provide them, offer them housing initiatives or other opportunities in the Montgomery County area. And also that information has been provided to the officers on duty. So if they do come across an individual needing shelter, we're able to direct them to some other areas within the county so that they can hopefully seek shelter. So that's all I have, sir.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, sir.
Any public comments for Chief? Any commissioner comments?
Yeah, I have one. I had called him the other day, and I drive in the township an awful lot of hours. And I asked him what was going on, and here I see it. 2023, December, 214 traffic investigations. 2024, 300. This year, 376. We are seeing a lot of our stops. It's been crazy driving in the township. Between accidents, just the way how it's just been disregarded for a while. And the police department has jumped on this. Like I said, I noticed right away just how many cars have been stopped just from driving around. I think it's great. I hope that some of the craziness in the driving will get better when people start seeing all these tickets written and always pulled over. I just see people every day. I saw 3 of them in one of my stops. So thank you for trying to make our streets safer and the department, because it's obvious to see how much they are stopping people. So.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll be sure to pass that on to the men and women of the department. Thank you very much, Commissioner.
Okay, thank you. I forgot to mention earlier, do we have any public concerns for this meeting? Any public concerns?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I've never been to one of these. What constitutes public concern? Oh, I'm sorry.
First of all, good evening, and who are you?
Hi, good evening to you. My name is Nancy Walker. I live in the 500 block of Quigley Avenue, and I'm not sure if this is the right form or not. This is Nick? Yes. Okay, Nick suggested I come tonight. I had emailed him earlier. We have had an increase in the number of rentals on our block dramatically. We had one rental for a very long time. Within the last year, then another one within the last year. We've had a 3rd house go rental and a 4th house just sold and is gone rental. So we now have 4 houses on the block. Another property will be up for sale shortly. There's been a death of an owner. I suspect that one reasonable possibility it'll go rental. And I'm trying to figure out if there's anything we can do to slow this down. Make sure that properties are listed for long enough that people actually have a chance to buy into them. Because right now they're investors who are coming in with all cash offers, no strings attached, which are very attractive offers for someone who's trying to get rid of a relative's house that's died or is moving on. And they're also very attractive to real estate agents because it's not a lot of work to sell a house like that. There's no inspections. They're just, like I said, this one recently sold about 2 weeks ago. I think it was on the market for 2 days. If you blinked and you missed it, and I blinked and I missed it, I never saw it listed. And this was a house 2 down from me. So I'm just
Okay,
asking the question, is there anything we can do?
Okay, go ahead.
we'll get you an official answer between Pat and Brianna, and they'll get back to you if you give your name and
Okay.
an email or something to Pat privately or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll get back to, I do not think we can do that, but when you say rentals, are they a single family rental? Or
Yeah,
are they breaking them up into
our block
different
is all
people?
single-family houses. I mean,
Not the house, the people that are living in them.
as of now, no, they're not. They are families, yeah, or.
Okay.
Yeah,
Single family.
it's not like 6 adults moving in.
Okay, because that is,
Because
we can stop
that I
that.
would know I could do something about, yeah.
Okay.
But they are, it's just, like I said, I'm worried about the stability of the community,
Yeah.
renters versus owners. It's a different vibe, it's a different context, and like I said, I'm just asking the questions, if there's anything we can do to stop this, slow it down.
Okay, would you know that off the top of your head, Deanna?
I do not know off the top of my head, but
Okay.
I will get back to you with an answer.
Yeah. What I mentioned to my email to Mr. Scull was, my memory on this is not great because I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention at the time. I was aware of the rentals. I remember seeing an evening news report on properties mostly down south where they were, buying up whole neighborhoods. And they had passed something, and I don't know if this was an HOA regulation or not, that you had to own a property for 5 years before you could rent it.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't know if that's a possibility.
Yeah. Again, right now, we don't know the legality
like I
of it.
said, I'm just
so-
asking- yeah.
But they will.
Okay,
Between
great.
these two, they will get back to you, but make sure.
Yes, I will
before you
do that.
leave, just give them an
All right,
email.
thank you very much, very much
Sure.
appreciate it.
Thank you, and thank you for coming this evening. Yes,
Yeah, I suggested I would make this an item under new business with the Finance Committee and have a discussion at our next month's meeting.
okay.
So just want to agree, I've thought of this issue a lot too. It's a national problem that these investors are buying up these single-family homes and driving up the prices. My guess is there's not something we can do at the local level, but maybe we can send a letter to the state. New York is looking at putting some regulations in place that I think what they're thinking, well, there's lots of things around the country people are thinking about doing, but yeah, it'd be great if we can do something about it. We don't want all these investors buying up the homes.
Okay, thank you. Chief Glassman, please.
Thank you, Commissioner. It's my pleasure to present the December 2024 report for the Fire Department. There are a total of 64 fire calls, 35 EMS calls, for a total of 99 calls. For the total year for 2024, 1,161 fire calls. There was a significant incident at Glansman Subaru. The dumpster that's attached to the building in the rear was on fire on December 10th. And in the month of November, we had 2 significant house fires, 5 Church and 407 Corinthian. For the month of December, 8 fire inspection permits were completed. For the total for the year is 412. The amount of money collected for the fees for them inspections for the year was $75,625. For the year, we collected, for turnpike fees, for service to the turnpike, we collected $15,697. From PA recovery from responding to incidents, we collected $12,577. Year-to-date total for 2024, we hit our mark. I wanted to hit 100,000 when I came last January, We hit $103,899 the fire department generated last year. That's a positive gain of $79,839.95. In December, there were 12 fire marshal investigations. We currently have 35 part-time employees. We have 4 active volunteers. We have 4 administrative people. If you'll put the picture on the board, hopefully he's listening in there. You'll see on the board, there's our 4 new volunteers that have started fire school. This week will be their 3rd week of fire school.
How many of you got?
Yay.
It'll be done May 1st.
Okay.
It'll be done May 1st. And without getting into their names, I'll be happy to provide them and their addresses, but there they are, and we're making good progress to all the doubters. 6 smoke detectors were installed. We attended 10 events, all the events that Chief Bending talked about. The fire department participated. We also have attached a copy from the Baptist Church for the Alexis event that Chief Bending talked about. We have 30 personnel training for 250 hours. We assisted Lower Moreland on a house fire. And I personally also participated with the Eastern Montgomery Emergency Management Meeting and the County Emergency Management Meeting as well. And that concludes my report for the month of December, pending any questions.
Can I clarify one thing while it's coming up? Positive gain in funding, $78,000. This is not paid by our residents, correct?
Nope.
Just wanted to clarify that. We didn't charge residents to get that money. This was other avenues that they did. So the residents themselves, you did not pay that $78,000, it's the gain. So just wanted to clarify it.
So I'm glad you clarified that, because I did want to say thank you for that 100,000 revenue. That's awesome. It's a big deal for the township. Also wanted to ask, I saw in the November report, there was 1 firefighter injury. Hoping to find out that firefighter is okay.
So yes, he's fine. He was taken down to the hospital. That was at the Church Street incident. That was a pretty significant incident. At 3 in the morning, the top floor was on fire and I had to stretch the hose line from the street all the way up through. And the house was loaded with items, shall we say? Kind of like there was a lot of debris that they had to climb over to get up to the 3rd floor, and he just physically got exhausted. And he spent the night in hospital and
Was released
he's
the
fine.
next day.
Yes.
Great.
Yep.
And then the police department and the fire department, all the community events you guys are doing.
Hand
It's
in
just
hand.
amazing.
Right, hand in
Lots of
hand. I
good
work
things.
with Sergeant Pam and the chief, and every event they attend, we attend, and vice versa. We're in communications just about every
Lots of
single
good
day.
stuff, thank you.
Yep.
And I happened to be out walking when you guys were driving Santa around, saw the kids running to catch up. It was really cool.
Well, so one other cool thing a lot of people may not know, and it was a Sergeant Pam idea, Santa came to the firehouse for 2 hours, and any community member could come and bring their kids and have a picture with Santa. And Amazon Fresh donated hot chocolate and cookies, so we had, after that whole thing was done, like all day, then we were at the firehouse for 2 more hours, and there was a lot of people. If you noticed on the report, I couldn't even stick a number on it because I just didn't even honestly know where to start. So it was a great event.
Thank you.
You got it.
That is what community policing and fire departments are doing these days. Thank you, both of you.
Yeah, and one more item, that Santa sleigh, if anybody happened to see it, it was literally ready to go to the junkyard. It was at Public Works at the junkyard, and we got in there and tore it apart, and Public Works did a great job repurposing something that was going to go to the junkyard. We didn't even buy that, so.
Great job. Before we go any further, my fellow commissioners, we forgot to approve the minutes for our last December meeting. Can we get that approval, please?
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Ken, we haven't forgotten about your second alarmers report. Ken Davenport, please.
Thank you, Commissioner. In December 2024, Second Alarmers responded to 322 calls for service in Upper Moreland Township. No real changes in the trends that we normally see. There is one editorial note on our dispositions for that month. For some reason, our software switched the transport of lights and sirens and transported without lights and sirens. So it is, we're working on accurate numbers, but we did not transport 189 people with lights and sirens. It's more likely that that was the 17. So the only thing that jumped out at us in our reporting. December is a little bit slower month for us as far as details and standbys and gives our crews a chance to get a little caught up on some stuff. However, on December 7th, we did participate again. Our friends at Plymouth Ambulance for probably a decade now have been doing a ambulance toy run. It's really more than just the ambulance toy run. Public safety, police, fire, and EMS from all over the county come together, meet at Plymouth Ambulance, and then drive to Bryn Mawr Hospital and then to St. Christopher's Hospital and deliver toys to the children there. So it's a great event. We're glad that they invite us every year, and we're always happy to participate. December 2024, there were 2 naloxone administrations by EMS. Of course, my monthly disclaimer, that doesn't mean that that's the only time it was given. It could have been given by other first responders or members of the public prior to our arrival, but we administered it to 2 different patients in the month of December. Staffing continues to be somewhat bittersweet. Full staffing for December would be 3,348 hours of coverage. December of 2024, we were at ALS staffing 3,052 hours of coverage, downgrade to BLS 181 hours, and downgrade to no status 115 hours. As you can see, that is a little bit of a slide backwards from where we were in December 2023. Again, we're still working on the staffing challenges and made a couple of changes to our scheduling regimen for this year to help out with some of that and hope to see some continued improvement, but workforce does continue to be one of the 2 biggest challenges that we're facing in EMS. In late December, we took delivery of 13 brand new Stryker LifePak 35 heart monitors and 5 Stryker Lucas 3 CPR devices. In addition to that, as part of the package, we have 11 new stair chairs that are being delivered to us a little bit later this year. Some of our stair chairs are now old enough to vote. A couple might be old enough to drink. The purchase replaces equipment that was end of life. Unfortunately, as this technology improves, so does its service life shorten, and so some of those units were beyond the point where Stryker was able to service them anymore, which required us to replace them. The combined purchase price for all that equipment is just over $750,000, and we're taking the opportunity to use a finance program through Stryker and break that up over 5 years. We have training scheduled for February 19th and 20th on the equipment. Once all of our members are trained, we'll be putting it in service to replace the old equipment. And in the tradition of replacing things, we're currently in the process of reviewing quotes for the purchase of new ambulances. Due to the current market conditions, for the most part, if we were to place an order today, it's 32 months wait time. I know that the fire chief has seen problems with apparatus. I know the police department has seen longer wait times on apparatus, but we're talking 32 months to build an ambulance. And the current replacement price for a second alarmers ambulance, or the type of trucks we use, is between $330,000 and $350,000 before we put any of the equipment in it. I did have an opportunity to meet today with one of our vendors who might have a demo truck coming in sometime around May. We're going to see if we can negotiate a deal to purchase that truck so that at least we get 1 new truck in 2025, and then order the trucks to come in later on down the road. That's my report. I'm happy to take any questions if you have them.
Okay, do we have any commissioner comments for Ken? Any public comments for Ken? Ken, thank you very much, and the price of vehicles are going up, and we appreciate what you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Next, we have no old business to report, and we have no new business, but Chief Glassman, would you give us a report, please, of what's happening as far as funding?
Yes, so I'm requesting that the commissioners approve a waiver so we don't have to exhaust funds from one account to the other. We have ARPA funding to do upgrades to the station, and we're going to need a construction, electrical, and plumbing permit. So I'm requesting that the commissioners waive the fees from the fire department to the construction office so that we can get our permits to make the improvements to the station.
This just has to be a vote, I think.
Just a vote by the commissioners
Yeah,
or for our committee?
no, from the commissioners.
Commissioners, okay.
So we'll move it.
We'll move it forward.
Is there any questions, though?
Any public comments on that? Any commissioner comments? Okay, this was our first meeting with Public Health and Safety Committee for 2025. On behalf of the whole committee, we wish everyone a happy and prosperous new year. We stand adjourned. Thank you.